Hi everyone, welcome to another Kanikapila Mondays live ukulele jam with me, Matt Stead. I hope you're all doing very, very well, keeping well. We're going to do some really cool songs tonight. We've got one by Olivia Rodrigo that I've absolutely fallen in love with called You Plus Me Equals the Heart Forever, which is just wonderful, and one of my all-time favourite songs from my youth. We're gonna have a look at You and Me song by the Wannadies as well. It should be terrific. So yeah, really looking forward. Let us know how it is, where you are, and how you're all doing. Pam saying, hi everyone from lovely sunny Yorkshire. Have managed to graze pad side of my right pointer finger, maybe test driving a pick for the first time. Oh no, oh nightmare. I hate it when something like that happens, Pam. I've been working in the garden and I've got like nicks and stuff all over me today, but I think that somehow my fingers have managed to survive, so I know what it's like though. It's awful, isn't it? One of those nice felt pits can be good if you want that nice kind of soft sound on ukulele. It's one of my favourite things to do. Joe saying, nice to be able to join live after a few weeks off the grid, as it were. I hope you had a great time, Joe. I hope you're doing well. Indrani says, hi from Germany. Much cooler this week. Actually wore a jacket today. Wow, that's pretty impressive, actually. It's still quite hot here. The guy on the telly earlier was saying, the heat wave's over. And then he looked at the camera and said, for 2 days and then it's back to warm again, so I'm not complaining though. I am absolutely loving the sunshine. And Trisha's saying hi from sunny summery New York City. Love it, the Big Apple. Amazing. HCZ Hamburg, hi from Sweden. Just started with my brand new ukulele. Wow, it's not much better than a brand new ukulele, is there? It's one of the nicest things in the world. Jane is roasting up in Scotland. Oh, thanks, Joe. I've been a bit nervous about these because I've been wearing that other rectangular style for so long. I thought it's always scary, isn't it, trying something new? So thank you. That's nice. That's nice to hear. They've got a nice blue tint in the right light. I've decided I've got fed up of wearing boring stuff. I've got to go a little bit mad. Dies in Northern Ontario, Canada. Forest fires are plenty here. Oh no, really hope you're keeping safe, Di, and it's not affecting your area too much. I know it's been quite crazy. Just the world's a bit like a tinderbox at the moment, isn't it, with all this heat and everything. Yeah. Dave, normally in Formby, but roasting in France. Oh, thanks for joining us from France, Dave. That's really cool. Thank you. And Pam saying she's off to Eagle Music tomorrow. We'll check out Felt Picks. New ukulele, Pam. New ukulele. And Laura up in Bonnie, Scotland says 25 degrees in the shade here. So that's warm, right? Terrific. So we'll get started in just a minute. Just a couple of things to mention. The first one is I've put all of the workshops for the Ukulele Festival of Great Britain on the website now. Sorry, I'm behind with everything this year. It's just been a crazy time with family stuff and house stuff and all sorts. But they're all ready, so get booking your workshops. They are starting to book up fast now, so make sure you don't lose out. And we still have tickets left for the main event as well. So this is only like a month away, which is really exciting. So come and join us in Cheltenham if you can. It's going to be an absolute terrific time. Super excited for the Forest Ukulele Retreat as well afterwards. You know I love hanging out with you guys, so that's going to be fantastic. Rebecca saying, record heat in Colorado. Wow. Di says, wonderful thing is you always cheer me up, Matt. Yay! I'm doing a public service. That's good to hear, Di. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Fantastic. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the songs we're doing tonight then, shall we? Let's crack on and have a look. Two of my favourite songs of late, a very old one and a very new one. And the first one we're going to do is U plus me equals 3. This one has a bit of a funny story to it. My daughter, when she was at primary school, you know the greater than symbol, the kind of, what is it, kind of sideways arrow, the one up there next to the 3. They taught them that as the crocodile symbol, so they could remember it. So greater than or smaller than, depending on which way it goes, is the crocodile symbol. So when Sandy first got her copy of Olivia's new album, which is absolutely terrific, it's the best one, by the way. If you haven't got a copy, you should definitely get it. It's absolutely brilliant. When she got it, she said, "Oh, I really like that song that's U plus me equals crocodile 3," which I love. So rather than you and me equals heart, it was you and me equals crocodile 3, which I thought is just fantastic. So that's what we call it in our house, U plus me equals crocodile 3. Or to the rest of us, U plus me equals heart. And it's a really fun song, kind of quite optimistic, because sometimes Olivia's stuff can be quite angsty, but this is just terrific. It reminds me of kind of classic indie pop from back in the day, which is really, really lovely. And what we've got here is a classic kind of indie pop chord progression, if you like. This is used in loads of indie pop. Indie pop's that kind of really pop-tastic sounding independent music, kind of made really big in the 80s by bands like Smiths and then the Go-Betweens, but it's still a thriving scene now. And this is one of the really common chord progressions in that genre. So what we've got is the one chord. We're in the key of G. So the first chord is going to be G. Okay. And remember that one chord, it's yellow, it's happy, it sets us off on a journey, it's our home chord. And we've got all of the other chords that come up in G written above. G, A minor, B minor, C, D, E minor, and then we've got that F sharp diminished 7 at the end. That's not going to feature in this song, so don't worry too much about it. Leslie's on a boat in Canada. Wow, you guys are really roving at the moment. You're here, there and everywhere. Well, I hope you're having a fantastic time, Leslie. Big hugs across the ocean. So we've got that one chord, G, setting us off on the journey. Then we go to the relative minor, which is a really lovely thing to do. That's the green chord next to it. The relative minor in any key is only one note different from the home chord, but because it's a minor chord, it adds a really nice melancholy. And remember my tip, if you're going from G to E minor, what you can do is just put your pinky little finger down, like so, to change between the two, because it cancels out this one. But if you prefer, you can also just do a normal G and then go to an E minor like so. Okay, notice it's got that touch of melancholy, that kind of deep forest green, which is really lovely. Idrani says, when she was teaching those symbols, I could never remember which was smaller and which was greater than. Luckily in German, the smaller is kleiner als. And my teacher said, if you can turn the symbol into a K by adding a straight line in front of it, it means kleiner als. That's really cool. I love that, Indrani. Fantastic. It's fun, isn't it? These little stories of how you remember things. You know, like whenever I'm working in the garden, I have to loosen or tighten up a bolt or something. I still say lefty loosey, righty tighty in my head to remember it. Okay, sorry. Back to the song. So we've got a G chord, E minor. The next most common chord to come up in any key is the 4 chord. In this case, C. And remember, the 4 chord takes us away from home, takes us on a journey somewhere. And unusually for this chord progression, rather than coming back home or having the tension of the 5 chord, we've got another minor chord, an A minor, which is the 2 chord. But remember when we've talked about these chord personalities in the past, the 2 chord, if I go back to my chord personalities sheet here, the 2 chord I often call the upbeat minor. It's not a dark sounding minor chord, just adds like a touch of melancholy, which is really nice. Hi Shoshay, I hope you're doing well out there in Colorado. You're in the record breaking heat as well, same as Rebecca. Okay, so those two minor chords just add a touch of melancholy, but because we've got those bright G and C, it really keeps things nice and happy. This one we're just going to strum with a standard calypso strum, and that's your down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Remember that tip we looked at last week where I was saying about the windmill? Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Just really helps with your timing. If you find that tricky, you can think of it as walk, running, and running. Walk, running, and running. Or you could just strum down, or just simple downs and ups. All right, as long as you're playing in time with us, that will be absolutely fine. Okay, so nice kind of upbeat kind of just calypso strum for this one. And if we put that chord progression together, it will look and sound something like this. Notice that those minor chords just kind of temper things, stops them getting too sickly sweet. Like so. Okay, so that's our kind of standard progression, if you like, in the song. That makes up a decent amount of the song, because if you have a look at the chorus, it's pretty much the same thing without the E minor, right? So really nice and easy to remember this one, which is fantastic. Hi Anthony, glad you could make it. Hot here again in West Midlands. Had to wait until Elvis left the library. I saw the video, Anthony. Anthony had Elvis in his library today, which sounds like fun. Fantastic. Okay, so let's try verse with that perhaps. So remember, we've got the chords and words on the next one. Just keep repeating those chords round and round. G, E minor, C, A minor. I think that you're killer with your floppy hair. Take me out to dinner. You know you can take me And then at this point, it feels like we need some kind of tension, right? Because it's just rolling along really beautifully. So we get that stark red, the tension of the 5 chord, creating a sense of drama in a pre-chorus. So this one, rather than just staying on that 5 chord the whole time, we balance it out with a little bit of sunshine of the 4 chord. And again, what I want you to take from this song, notice that it's quite subtle in that major chords are tempered by minor chords. The tension of the 5 chord is just eased a little with the 4 chord, which is really nice. And in terms of playing, that's just D to C. 3 fingers in the 2nd fret, or you can bar the whole of the 2nd fret and put your little finger here, whichever you feel most comfortable with. 2 measures of that, and then C. And we do that again. Now basically that's pretty much the whole song, because the chorus is just the same as the verse without the A minor. So it just makes it a bit more pop-tastic, which is really lovely. Lance is cruising down the Alaskan coastline enjoying the class. This is amazing. I think this might be the first class where we've got so many different people on holiday still tuning in. I love that, Lance. That's brilliant. Fantastic. You and Leslie aren't on the same boat, are you? Oh no, you're Alaska, Leslie's Canada. Okay, right, let's try one of those pre-choruses and chorus. I'll come in on close cam so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. 1, 2. All of my girlfriends roll their eyes, tell me to take it slow this time, but I've got a feeling wounds ahead together. You plus me equals a heart forever. A heart forever. And that's basically it for the whole song. We've got a really, really simple but gorgeous chord progression on that one, which is really, really lovely. So let's have a look at a couple of things we can do. We haven't got an official space for soloing, if you like, on this song. There's no instrumental. But if you want to have a try at kind of noodling away, you could always do it at the end of the choruses where we get those 3 chords. Or you could do it whilst I'm singing. What you can do is use the G major pentatonic or the E minor pentatonics. And these are all in your scale reference sheets. Kathy, who helps me out online with the website stuff, was saying some of you find it difficult to find these. So I'll try and make it a bit more simple for you guys from next week. But if you ever struggle, just go to my website, learnukulele.com, and these sheets are completely free. And then just go to go to live, because we're in a live lesson, live, and then go to Kanikapila Mondays. And about 2/3 down the page, there's one that says scales and reference sheets. And that's this one, which has all these scales in, which can be really, really helpful. Not just for Kanikapila like tonight, but also just for your general playing, if you want to have a go at playing along with some songs. So let's find the G major and E minor pentatonic. I think it's the next page. Here we go. No, next one after that. Here we go. So these are the 2 shapes. And I really want you to think of them as shapes. If you can really start to remember these in the different keys, you can play along really nicely. And Drani, you got there before I even did it. That's amazing. My girl. So the G major pentatonic, this is the one that starts... oh, excuse me, way up on the C string, and it starts right up here at the 7th fret, really quite high up here. It's a G note. Then we've got a small gap to an A, 2 frets higher. Then we've got a bigger gap on the next 2 strings, and here. Here you are, Andrani. So you can think of that as small gap, big gap, and big gap. Okay. And then we can take that back to the E minor pentatonic, which works because it's the relative minor of G. And for that, we're going to go back here to the 4th fret of the C string. Now this time we have the big gap first. Little gap, little gap. So you can use either or both of those scales if you want to have a little go at soloing along. It can be a really lovely thing to do. I'll just do a little backing track so you can hear it, and then I'll play so you can have a go as well. Let me just do that. Here we go. You get the idea. You don't want to watch me noodling for ages. Sorry, I was getting carried away. I don't know if you guys find it. Whenever I just do a bit of noodling on my own with chords and I'm just playing, I could just do it forever, which isn't very interesting for you guys. Okay, I'll be your backing band so you can have a go at that. Let's have a little practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just experiment with those little pentatonics. bit longer. Superb. Okay, right, let's put it all together then, and let's play our first song. So this is You Plus Me Equals Heart by Olivia Rodrigo, otherwise known as You Plus Me Equals Crocodile 3. Okay, let me just bring up. Now there's a little bit of not quite but almost rapping in this bridge section. The chords are the same, so you don't have to do anything different if you're just strumming along. But if I go wrong, please forgive me, because it's like a million words in one sentence, but I'll try my best. And what we'll do is let's just do that lovely verse chord progression a couple of times round as an intro as well, just to get us going. Okay, here we go. Let me just move this a little bit. There we go, so you can see what's going on. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. G, minor, C, E minor. Keep that going. I think that you're killer with your floppy hair. Take me out to dinner. You know you can take me anywhere. All of my girlfriends roll their eyes, tell me to take it slow this time. But I've got a feeling wounds are healing, talking on the phone. I know everybody changes, but I hope we don't. Carve our names into the car seat leather. You plus me equals a heart forever. A heart forever. I like your big sister. She has your same face, and I try to win her over with my cynical humour and yacht rock music taste. Here's another of those pre-chorus. All of my ex-boyfriends have heard these lines, but I like you better by a million times. And I got a feeling wounds are healing, talking on the phone. I know everybody changes, but I hope we don't. Carve our names into the car seat leather. You plus me equals a heart forever. A heart forever. A heart forever. Here we go. So buy me safer jewelry and all my favourite Cadbury, and tell me again about when we met and what you first thought of me. Sometimes I get overwhelmed and way too far ahead of myself. Often get the feeling that I'll never want nobody else. They say that love's a cruel endeavour. I was pretty close. And to that I say, whatever. But I've got a feeling wounds are healing, talking on the phone. I know everybody changes, but I hope we don't. Carve our names into the car seat leather. You plus me equals a heart forever, and ever and ever and That's such a cool pop song, isn't it? Absolutely terrific. We'll do that one more time in just a minute, just because it's so much fun. So we only do 2 songs now in Kanikapila, so it's nice to play them a couple of times. I did notice a couple of little errors on the sheet. Nothing massive really, but on the pre-chorus, there should be a D before and to that I say. So you'll notice that all of the other pre-choruses are D to C twice, and this one should be as well. You might have even done it out of habit. If you did, that's brilliant, because it shows you're kind of thinking about how the chords go in your brain, which is fantastic. And the other thing is, for some reason, I've written fever and ever and ever and ever as the last slide. I obviously had a funny 5 minutes. Either that or autocorrect did something strange there. So forever and ever and ever, obviously, for that last line. Let's try that one more time, guys. I enjoyed that so much. Let's have another bash through that, which is really nice. Oh, Di's got a question just before we do. Fantastic. Di's saying at times you strum 2 quick strums. Can I show you that? Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those ones that comes with a bit of a caveat in that I'll show you guys now, but it's one of those ones that you want to practice a little bit to get, because it takes a bit of time to kind of build it up. But I'll often do it. If you notice when I'm playing either a chorus or a verse, I'll often do this. Notice there's that. And what I'm doing is this, often called a shake strum. That's what people used to call it when people like George Formby used to play it. And basically what you do is it's a very, very quick down, up, down. So basically, in effect, literally just shaking your hand down, up, down. And the trick is, it comes before the first beat of every measure. So if I slow that down. So it's basically just a little on the first beat. And it takes, as I said, it takes a bit of practice. And you don't want to do it too often, because it can sound, I'm probably guilty about doing it a little bit too much. It can sound a bit formulaic if you're not careful, but just every now and then, particularly on the choruses, it's really nice to just kind of really add a bit of spice. Remember, it's just quick down, up, down before your first beat. And remember, your first beat's a down strum, so. But I love it. It's just, it kind of adds, it's like a real zing, isn't it? Which is nice. And Trisha's saying, oh, that bridge is cool but tricky. Yeah, tell me about it, right? It's a real tough one. I did lose a couple of words where I couldn't fit the syllables in quick enough, but hopefully I got away with it. Okay, let's try this one more time then, guys. Let's really, really enjoy this, and then we'll take a look at our second song tonight, which is a classic from the 1990s. Okay, here we go. Let me just move. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that you're killer with your floppy hair. Take me out to dinner. You know you can take me anywhere. All of my girlfriends roll their eyes, tell me to take it slow this time. But I got a feeling wounds are healing, talking on the phone. I know everybody music taste. All of my boyfriends have heard these lines, but I like you better by a million times. But I've got a feeling wounds are healing, talking on the phone. I know everybody changes, but I hope we don't. Cover names into the car seat leather. You plus me equals a half forever. A half forever. A half forever. So buy me silver jewelry and all my favourite Cadbury, and tell me yet again about what we met and what you thought of me. Sometimes I get far too ahead of myself, and I often get a feeling that I never want no one else. Say modern love's a cruel endeavour. I say whatever. But I've got a feeling wounds are healing, talking on the phone. I know everybody changes, but I hope we don't. Carve our names into the car seat leather. You plus me equals a half forever. And ever and ever. Ever and ever and ever. One, two, three, four. Well done, everyone. Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, I mucked up that bridge again. I thought second time lucky, but no. I just couldn't read the words quick enough. That's why she's so amazing, right? Because Olivia, even when she does it live, is like on the money. But it's her song, I guess. But yeah, isn't it fantastic? Just really, really, really nicely written, beautiful, beautiful indie pop song, which I love. And there's loads of that on this album. There's even a song with Robert Smith from The Cure, which is really nice. They do a duet on the album, which is lovely. And funny enough, there's a song called The Cure as well. This one was written, I think, about Olivia Rodrigo's then boyfriend, Louis Partridge. He's a famous UK actor, and he was in Enola Holmes and a few other things like that. So when she came over, she really liked Cadbury, and apparently she's really into Kanikapila sweets as well from Marks and Spencer's. So it's quite sweet. But I'm guessing this was written before they broke up, because there's songs about their breakup on the album as well. But terrific, isn't it? So yeah. Thanks, Joe. Fantastic. Thanks, Jenny. It's always nice to learn new ones, isn't it? I love it when we get a new one that comes up for everyone. It's a terrific thing. And Indrani says, oof, a classic from the 90s. I feel old all of a sudden. I know what you mean, Indrani. I still think of the 1990s as like the last decade. And then I was thinking about it today, and this song's, 30 years old. It's crazy, right? Wow. In fact, older than that, because it was 94 it was originally released. So this next song is a song called You and Me Song, and loads of you might have heard this on various films. I'm pretty sure it's on the soundtrack to Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, and it's been used in various commercials and things like that. And Indrani's brilliant fascinating facts this week as well, well worth a read. She points out that they actually played this music whilst one of the characters plunges their entire family into a canal on Coronation Street. So I love stuff like that. The juxtaposition of like the really happy song and then he's ploughing them into a canal. Just brilliant. But it was written by the Wannadies back in 1994, and it's a fantastic song. When I was a student, but way back when, I went to uni 97 to 2000, the Wannadies actually played my, what do you call it, Freshers' Ball. So I was right at the front and I got to see him play this song and many, many others. And the album Bagsy Me is a terrific album if you're interested. But just like, it's just like perfect pop, which is really, really lovely. Let me know how you got on that with that last song as well. Let me know, did anyone have a little bit of a noodle whilst I was singing? Always good to do. Don't worry, everyone's discussing their what is their kind of their decades. So Anthony's saying he often gets stuck in the 70s and 80s too much. Yeah, but great stuff in the 70s and 80s, eh, Anthony? So it's not bad. And Laura's saying her decades were 50s and 60s. How old does that make me feel? Don't be daft. You're only as young as you feel, right? And yeah, I sometimes joke anyway, because ukulele, it's like it's kind of an instrument, isn't it, that first really got massive popularity in the mainland America after it came from Hawaii in the 20s and 30s. So I play loads of old blues and jazz stuff on the ukulele. And sometimes I refer to a song from the 1960s as a recent song. So it's all fine. It's all good. It's all good. David's transposing on the fly using baritone ukulele. That's great though. That's fantastic. And the colour system, David's that's a really great thing to do, because it's going to get you thinking about the chord personalities rather than just reading the exact chords, which is absolutely fantastic. Too much Elvis this afternoon. Doesn't he? He works in a chip shop somewhere, doesn't he, Elvis? I think is that right? Chip shop in, what's the Kirsty MacColl song? Where's the chip shop? I can't remember it now. Is it Liverpool? I can't remember it now. She sings, there's a guy in the chip shop who swears he's Elvis, doesn't she? It's a brilliant song, that one. Okay. Shell's here. Hi, Shell. And Hamburg's an absolute beginner, but it's fun. Well, that's brilliant. And remember, you don't have to do everything perfectly. Even if you just strum the chords here and there, you're always picking up new things, techniques and rhythm and everything, and it's just fun to do. So yeah. Shell says, speaking of Enola Holmes, if you watch all 3 movies, you'll come away with an earworm and wind up going to a Lower Britain and not realising why. Oh wow, okay, there we go. Fantastic. And you all have to come to a Lower Britain. This is a little trail for Aloha Britain. Let's see if I can get it to play. So this is something that we're doing next summer, which I'm really, really excited about. This is going to replace the retreats, the Forest Ukulele retreats. It's going to be my main event for next year. And I'm going to bring over some of the best artists from Hawaii. We've got Sarah and Craig, who we all absolutely love to bits, right? And Jeff Peterson, Grammy Award-winning musician, incredible guy, and Corey Mao. And we're going to really immerse ourselves in Hawaiian song and music. We're going to have so much fun learning to play ukulele together. And it's in a beautiful, beautiful town called Tewkesbury. Many of you have might been there before. Gorgeous Norman Abbey that we say from Henry VIII. We're just going to have a whole weekend of learning. This is all, tickets are available now, so if you want to book your room, you can do at the Tewkesbury Park Hotel. It's all on my website under the events page. And what was I going to say about it? Oh, on the Monday afterwards, we're going to have a get together as well for all the learnukulele.com peeps, and it will be completely free the Monday afterwards. So if you want to come and join me in Tewkesbury, it's my boyhood town, so I'm going to show you around, tell you a bit of the history. We'll go and see the Abbey and the old black and white buildings. We'll play some music down by the River Severn. We'll sit on the ham and play some beautiful music, and then we'll go down the best pub in the world, the Black Bear, which is the oldest pub in Gloucestershire, and we'll have a nice pint of real ale afterwards, which should be fun. So join me for that if you can. Okay, back on with tonight then. Sandy, my daughter's a massive fan of Enola Holmes, by the way. which is great. John is saying her decade should have been the late 70s and the 80s, but as a teenager I listened more to music from the 60s. That's kind of the same as me, to be honest, Indrani. I do love 90s music, and you know I got really into a lot of 90s bands, you know, Belle and Sebastian and Blur and Pulp and people like that, but I still listen to so much of the Beatles. Probably my favourite bands ever, Beatles and Beach Boys, so you know it's always good to look back. So fantastic. Young mums at library haven't heard of the Beatles. What? That is scary. That's scary. And Indra says, well, I think Millie Bobby Brown is a complete flake in real life. The Enola Holmes films are brilliant. And Laura saying you have to educate them, Anthony. Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. A bit of Yellow Submarine. That's a great one to play on ukulele, isn't it? Okay, right. Let's have a look at our second song for tonight then. Here we go. Now, this song is really interesting, actually. You can see right away from the colour system how different this is from the first song. Remember, the first song had all those kind of oranges and yellows, quite bright, quite straightforward, just a couple of minor chords. And if you have a look in this one, we've got some variations of the shades in this first bit. I've made the colours slightly different so you can see what's going on. And basically what we've got is extended chords. They kind of make things sound a little bit more sophisticated. Believe it or not, the chords to the verse are almost the same as the chords to the chorus. And both of these are doing something interesting. What's going on here? Let's have a look at the standard chords in the chorus first so you can see what I mean. So we're in the key of C here. So C is our one chord. And then remember, every key has a certain amount of minor chords. So the one chord is always a major, C major. The two chord is a minor. The three chord is a minor. So that's C, D minor, E minor. The fourth chord is major, F major, just known as F. Fifth chord is a major, G. Sixth chord is a minor, A, and then we get that unusual diminished chord at the end, which in the key of C is a B diminished. But what's happening in this song is it's just going for those chords one at a time, which is really interesting. Let's actually just do that. Let's play all the chords in the key of C. So we've got C as our one chord, setting us off on a journey. Then we'll go to two chord, that's D minor. Lovely. Janie says music to drown your family too. Yeah. Three chord is E minor. Four chord is F. Five chord G. Six chord A minor. And then we've got that unusual diminished. Don't worry too much about this one. And then we're back to C. So those are the chords that composers use in the key of C to create music. And what's really interesting, I'll stay on close cam whilst I show you these next chords. Have a look at this chorus. It literally goes 1, 2, 3, 4. We're literally going up the scale one note or one chord at a time, see? E minor and F. C, D, E minor and F. And with the words, you and me always and forever, you and me always and forever. Okay. And then at the end of the chorus, just to create a bit of change, interestingly, we've got the 5 going to the 4 chord. And this is exactly what happened on the last song, right? We had the 5 going to the 4 chord, red to orange. And that's that tension and then lightness, which is really, really nice. Happens in a lot of indie music, just like this one. So that's G, ba, to F, ba, 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 ba. And then just at the end, just so you don't get caught out, notice that at the end of the chorus, the F and G are only 2 beats each, half a measure. Remember, each of these boxes is 1 measure. So if I do the whole chorus, 1, 2, 3, 4, D minor, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, F. C, 2, 3, 4 D minor, 2, 3, 4 E minor, 2, 3, 4 F, 2, 3, 4 G, 2, 3, 4 F, 2, 3, 4 G, 2, 3, 4 F, 2, G, 2. So that's the bit at the end. Just try not to get caught out by that. To be honest, if you go wrong, doesn't matter anyway, right? We're all friends, so it's all good. But just give it your best shot. That's the chorus. So basically, if you have a look at the verse chords now, they look way more complex. We've got C major 7, D minor 7, E minor, and F6. But this is the interesting thing. The underlying chords, the underlying kind of function of the chords is all the same. We've got a type of C major chord, a type of D minor chord, a type of E minor chord, and then a type of F major chord. But what they do, and this is kind of, this actually really affects the sound of the song, is that in the verses, they turn the chords into extended jazz chords to make them sound more laid back and sophisticated. And then when we get to the chorus, it really pops all those bright colours where we've got the more straightforward chords. Quite a clever thing to do, right? Well, if you have a look in the back here, where are we? Let me just flip through a couple of pages in our techniques. Now, I won't bore you. This would be death by PowerPoint if I went through every single one of these in a lot of detail. But just notice that these extended chords, the ones with the fancy pants names, they're just the same as the more basic chords with an extra note. So a normal C chord, for instance, that's just made up of what we call a major triad. Again, don't worry about the theory too much, but a C chord has a C, an E, and a G in it. And then we repeat one of those because we've got 4 strings on our uke. And we repeat a C, C, E, G, and another C. So that's your bog standard C major chord. So what's a C6 then? Well, we take our bog standard C major chord, C, E, and G, and we add an A to it. Why an A? Well, think about it. If we just count up on our hands, A is the 6th note in C. C, D, E, F, G, A. So any 6th chord, it really is this simple. Any 6th chord is just a normal chord like C with the 6th note of the scale added. And it gives it a kind of more sophisticated. I almost think 6th chords feel quite floaty. And C6 is nice and easy. You just take away your finger off a C chord, just all open. And then, for example, if we wanted to turn that into a major 7, guess what we do? We add the 7th note of the scale. What's the 7th note of the scale in C? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So we've still got C, E, and G, but we also add a B note, which is this one here. And that makes things sound more sophisticated and jazzy. Okay. And that's in effect what's happening with these chords. It's really, really interesting. We've got kind of jazzy versions. The other thing which is a bit weird here as well is that we've got both a D minor and an F6, and they're both the same chord shape. So say we took an F chord, and you can play an F chord like this, but you can also add this C note in like this. So say we took this F chord and we wanted to add a 6th to it to make it an F6. In the key of F, F, G, A, B flat, C, D is the 6th note. So what we do to turn an F into an F6 is add this D note. Okay, like so. What about a D minor 7? Well, we take a D minor, which we all know looks like this, right? And we add the 7th note in the key of D, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We add a C to it. Here's a C note down here. So basically, when we play D minor 7, we've taken a D minor and added a note. When we play F6, we've taken F and added a note. And they both end up with the same shape, and that happens all over the uke. You might have been confused by that before, where you think, hang on, how does the chord have two different names? But that's it. The reason we call them two different names, even though in effect for us we're playing exactly the same thing, is it affects other musicians. So a bassist would tend to play a D over a D minor 7, and they might play an F over an F6. So it just affects other musicians, and technically that's what it is, because we've taken a chord and changed it. So basically it's still that C, D, E, F, but we've got fancy pants chords, and it creates this really nice jazzy feel. Let me show you how to play those. You've got the chord diagrams on the next page to help you as well. So C major 7 is just like a C chord, which looks like this, but instead of playing the 3rd fret, we have a finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, like so. Okay, C major 7, nice easy one. The D minor, and you can play D minor if you find this too tricky, but the D minor 7 is just a D minor with this little finger added to this C chord. Now you've got two options for the E minor that follows. You could play an E minor 7 by shifting that shape up to, which sounds really nice. Or you can play a normal E minor. And to be fair, that's what the Wannadies do. They don't play an E minor 7, they just play a normal E minor. So let's go through that again. C major 7, D minor 7, E minor, and then F6, which is the same as D minor 7 again. So it's quite easy to remember. We get this C, but as a major 7. This shape, E minor, then we go back to the same shape again. And just keep playing those round and rounds. Okay. If you want to be really fancy pants, one of the reasons I showed you this E minor 7 chord here is that you can do this, which is really cool. Just add the chord in between, and you only need two shapes then. This C, D minor 7, take it up to E minor 7, take it back to D minor 7. Okay, or you can do it the more standard way. Absolutely fine as well. But do you see how that sounds different from a normal C, D minor, E minor and F? It's a bit more sophisticated sounding, a bit more rich, which is really nice. And that's a clever device by the Wannadies, because it feels like a jazzy verse and then a real pop-tastic solo, which is really nice. The other thing that we can do to kind of differentiate between the verses and the choruses is to keep things really light on the verses. And what I like to do is use exactly the same strum we did in the last one. Okay, that kind of calypso strum. It looks and sounds like this. Down, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. Walk, running, and running. Walk, running, and running. If you find that difficult, you could do the island strum. That'd be absolutely fine as well. But just try and keep it really mellow, really gentle. Notice how light I'm strumming. Always when we fight, try to make you laugh till everything's forgotten. I know you hate that. Now on this first verse we go back to a C major 7 and just play it for another couple of measures like this. Ba ba da da ba 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 da ba ba da da ba 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 da. And then we keep going. So really kind of beautiful jazzy sounding verses, which is really nice, but kind of simple once you get used to it. If you're a beginner, that'll be quite tricky, that D minor 7, but you'll get it with practice for sure. And you can always play just a D minor for now if you get stuck. That's absolutely fine. Then when we go into the chorus, what I like to do is I change the strum pattern slightly. This is one of the things that I really believe in, rather than using one strum pattern for a whole song, changing things up to make it more interesting. So you know at the moment we're doing this just straightforward down, down, up, up, down, up, just this kind of calypso strum. What I do when I get to the chorus is I change it. If anything, it's a more simple strum. I go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Walk, running, 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 walk, running, running, running. Or sometimes even walk, walk, running, running, walk, walk, running, running, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Why do I do that? Well, it just differentiates between the two. But it means that the verses sound a bit more sophisticated and the choruses sound more pop-tastic. I'll show you. I'll do verse 2 into the chorus if you want to join me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always when we fight, kiss you once or twice, and everything's forgotten. I know you hate that. I love you, Sunday sun. The week's not yet begun, and everything is quiet, and it's always you and me, always. I'm forever you and me, always. I'm forever. Ba 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 ba. It was always you and me, always. Notice after that last F there's a little NC mark. Can you see it just at the end of that chorus? That means no chord. As I always say, it's a bit misleading because really it means one chord. It literally stands for NC, no chord, but it means one chord really. Because what you do is you strum the F once and then just let it hang. You and me, always. That's quite handy because it gives us time to get back to that lighter strum. You tell me I'm a real man, try to look impressed, not very convincing, and so on and so forth, right? So nice and simple. Just notice that when we get to the final chorus, we just keep going round and round and round and round. So it's just like a chorus over and over again, basically. So 3 choruses in a row. I mean, how pop-tastic is that? Verse 1, verse 2, chorus. Verse 3, chorus, chorus, chorus. And that's it. So really, really pop-tastic. This one's in the key of C. Again, there's no instrumental in this one. I should have put one in really, but if you want to have a little noodle to this one whilst I'm singing, just have a little practice of soloing. This one's in the key of C, so we can use our C major pentatonic scale. And remember, that's one that's really great because that's the one that uses all of the dots on our A string and most of the dots on the E string. I'll show you that one if I flick forward a few. Let's get to the pentatonics. Okay. Okay, so here we are. So if you have a look at up here, notice that all of the notes on the A string are your dots. So you can play your open A, C, D, E, G, and another A. You can even play this C up here. I can barely get it on this uke because I'm playing a soprano. But all your dots. And you've also got all your dots on the E string, only notice that this one we play at the 8th fret. It's just a quirk of ukulele tuning, because we need this C rather than the B that's here. Okay, so you can do a lot on this song just by mucking about with those dots, which is fantastic. Let me put a backing track on and I'll show you what I mean. so on and so forth. There we go. So I'm doing that thing again. Sorry guys, I'm being really indulgent. It's really hard sometimes when you get into noodling to stop. Then I think, hang on, I'm meant to be teaching you guys a lesson, not noodling away. Anyways, apologies. So I'll be your backing track and just have a little go at that. I should have kept that up, but I think it might also be maybe in our technique. But just notice all the dots on the A string anyway, so let's just see. Oh no, I didn't put it on there. I'll just bring that up again just in case you want to practice having a noodle, because I know you guys enjoy it. 1 second, here we go. And again, these are the sheets. You'll find these on the website. Just go to live Kanikapila Mondays, and they're about 3/4 of the way through. There's a little red button and it'll say scales and reference sheets, and you can download these. They're so useful. Karen did a lot of work on these, and thank you, Karen. I know she can't make it today, but massive thank you, because this is really useful stuff, isn't it? There we go. Okay, I'll be your backing band and just have a little play around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those in as a little solo. You can even do it whilst I'm singing if you want. Absolutely fine. Just have a load of fun for that, which is great. Yeah, exactly. It's good practice, isn't it, Laura? Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Indrani. Thank you. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. Got 11, right? Got 11. Fantastic. All right, guys, let's give it a go then. So this will be our last song for tonight. Let's just play it. We might play it through a couple of times. Really enjoy it. And then at the end, I'm here for any questions that you've got. There's a question that Anthony sent in earlier. I'm going to see if I can find it after we've played. But anything that you've got uke related, just ping it over and I'll do my best to help you. But let's enjoy our last song. An absolute cracker of a song. Absolutely brilliant. I'll put it on this page. Okay. All right. Ready, everyone? Oh, just check another comment. Come in. Oh, Tim's here. Hey, Tim. 8 a.m. in Hawaii and always running, and already running behind today. Definitely a Monday. Well, nearly a Tuesday here, Tim. That's it. Okay, here we go then. Let's give it a bash. 1. Let's do maybe those chords to the verse, a bit like we did in the last song. Let's just play them around a couple of times as an intro, just to get us going. Tip it down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go then from the top. Always when we fight, try to make you laugh till everything's forgotten. I know you hate that bop, ba-da-da, bop, 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 ba-da, bop, ba-da-da, bop, 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 ba-da. Always when we fight, kiss you once or twice, and everything's forgotten. I know you hate that. I love you Sunday, sun. The week's not yet begun, and everything is quiet, and it's always you and me, always. I'm You tell me I'm a real man and try to look impressed, but not very convincing. But I know you love it. Then we watch TV until we fall asleep. Not very exciting, but it's you and me. Always, always be together, you and me. Always and forever. Ba, 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 ba. It was always you and me. Always, forever, you and me. Always and forever. Ba, 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 ba. It was always you and me. Always and forever. You and me. Always and forever. Ba, 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 ba. I love that song. It's so pop-tastic, right? It's just like perfect pop, and I love that. I love that. It's brilliant. And it shows you how simple a song can be. You might see those minor chords and think, oh, this is kind of complex. But it's literally just going through the chords in the key of C. C, D minor, E minor, F. C, D minor, E minor, F. Again and again. Isn't that terrific? Absolutely brilliant. Ah, fantastic. That's great to hear. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's do that one more time then. We'll give it a go. Tim, I felt sure you'd know this one. Yay, I got a new song in for Tim. Love it. I always love it when you can introduce new music to people. That's absolutely terrific. Tim's introduced me to plenty as well, so it's all good. Right, one more time then, everyone, and then I'll do a little Q&A at the end just to see how you got on. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Always when we fight, try to make you laugh till everything's forgotten. I know you hate that bop, ba-da-da, bop, 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 ba-da, bop, ba-da-da, bop, 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 ba-da. Always when we fight, kiss you once or twice, and everything's forgotten. I know you hate that. I love you, Sunday sun. The week's not yet begun, and everything is quiet, and it's always you and me. Always and forever, you and me. Always and forever. Ba, 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 ba. It was always you and me. Always. You tell me I'm a real man, try to look impressed, but not very convincing. But you know I love it. And then we watch TV until we fall asleep. Not very exciting, but it's you and me Well done, everyone. Fantastic. Fantastic. So a lovely bit of power pop there from the Wannadies. They're from, I can't remember which Scandinavian country they're from. I think it's Sweden. I'm pretty sure it's Sweden. Just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant pop band. Yeah, that's from the album Bagsy Me. I don't actually have that one on vinyl. I was saying to Shaz earlier, it's a record I've got to get. So that's good. And Johnny says, typical guy strategy, make her laugh and kiss her while she's probably fuming because of the fight they had before. Yeah, definitely. It goes both ways though, right? It goes both ways. Fantastic. Colin saying, sorry, join late. Great song choice. What's that lovely uke? Hope that's not already been covered. No, absolutely. This is a real special one for me, to be honest, Colin. It's I won't tell you how I came about it, but it's a uke I've always wanted to own for many years, and it happened last week. It's a Martin 5K, so it's all solid koa. Top, back and sides, and one piece koa as well, so not kind of book matched in the middle, one piece top and back. And it's kind of Martin's flashiest top of the range one, and I've always wanted to own one. They've only made about 100 of these in the modern run apparently, and not very many in the old ones as well, but it's very, very bright sounding, but I kind of like that in a soprano because it's got that real kind of cut through, which is nice. Brilliant when you're playing with other people and you want that real kind of, that real choppy sound, which can be really great. So yeah, just it's a cool Martin. So yeah, it's my new ukulele that I treated myself to. Fantastic. Oh, thanks, Anthony. Thank you. Yeah, and Indrani says tis Sweden. Fantastic. I think I remember that from your fascinating facts, Indrani. So yeah, the Norwegians, the Scandinavians are just really brilliant at perfect pop, aren't they? I know we all think of ABBA, and I love ABBA to bits. It's kind of perfect pop. There were a lot of bands coming out of the 90s and noughties out of Scandinavia that were terrific. Peter, Bjorn and Paul I always liked. They did that song The Young Folks, which is fantastic. And one of my favourite bands of all time is a band called The Concretes, and not a lot of people talk about them, but they were a terrific band. Perfect power pop again. Really, really beautiful. So yeah, Joe, Deb, right. I don't know what it is about Martins, but they all smell really, really lovely. It must be like the lacquer they use in a factory or something. It's the same with Martin guitars. I've got a Martin guitar and that smells divine as well. I don't know what it is, but yeah, quite amazing. Yeah, this was the uke I was telling you about on Saturday, Anthony, this one. So yeah, I've always wanted one of these, and an opportunity came up. So yeah, there's actually a really nice vintage one for sale on what's his name, Andy Eastwood's website, but it's a lot more than I paid for this one. It's very, very, very expensive. Thanks, Yvette. Thank you. I was just saying to everyone recently, I kind of, my ears have gone towards brighter sound. I think maybe because your ears kind of lose a bit of frequency, don't they, as you get older in terms of what they can hear. It's why kids can hear high-pitched frequencies that we can't. So I've kind of really started loving that kind of bright frequency. I think it works quite nice for that kind of Hawaiian vibe stuff, doesn't it? Which is really, really lovely. Now, I had a question from Anthony earlier. I'm just going to find it on my phone. And if you've ever got any questions you want to ping along to me, just let me know, because it's always fantastic to hear from you guys. And here we go. Anthony was saying, oh, I can't find it now. Must have been by email. Sorry, Anthony. I'm just finding your question. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So Anthony was saying, having played for just over 2 years, strumming technique has not exactly kept pace with chord melody playing and occasional strumming involved, which is okay to a point. And the enjoyment I especially enjoy with fingerstyle and playing up the dusty end. They say use it or lose it, but my arthritic right hand finger sadly began to restrict my movement strumming wise on Saturday as the day wore on. Thumb strums are okay, but I find changing chords more of a challenge. I've recently started to develop fingerstyle with just my thumb and index fingers. So, given the deteriorating state of my finger, is it good to make a musical decision to work on developing? It's basically playing that two-finger strum is what Anthony's asking about. And absolutely, I think for me, Anthony, I've got a problem with arthritis myself. Actually, I'm going for X-rays on Thursday, funnily enough, and then I've got to go for nerve studies and all that because it could be carpal tunnel as well. But I get pains in my hands. So sometimes you've got to work with what you've got. There's a brilliant Hawaiian player called Kimo Hussey, and he does pretty much everything just with these two fingers. Because you know when you're doing that finger picking, you can do a lot just using your thumb and index, and I really love that kind of chord melody style, just like I was doing, where you just use a lot of your thumb. So whilst it's good to be able to use Pima style and fingers, sometimes if you're, particularly if you're having pain and stuff, it's really good to experiment, and you've got to find a system that works for you. I think that's really, really important. So if you find the two finger thing works and you want to concentrate on that, Anthony, yeah, absolutely, definitely work it. Thanks, Anthony. Thank you. Yeah, it's a bit scary to be honest, because obviously playing music's my profession, so if I can't use my hands, I'm going to be I don't know what I'll do, because I'm rubbish at pretty much every other job I've tried to do, and there's been quite a few over the years, but yeah, making music's pretty much all I can do nowadays. So hopefully it's nothing. I'm sure they can give me shots or whatever if it gets too bad, but yeah, just every now and then when I've been playing a lot, my hand is just, it absolutely kills. It's quite painful, but it's all good. I just enjoy making music so much anyway. Pam saying 2 new songs. Thanks, Matt. A very lovely new uke. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Yvette, as well. Fantastic. Thanks, Anthony. Laura saying sweet. Very classically Hawaiian. Yeah, exactly. And you know me, Indrani. I love playing Hawaiian music on ukulele, so suits me down to the ground, which is nice. I've got another Martin that's mahogany, and it's got that more kind of mainland sound, which is interesting. Shosha's saying 2 new songs, 2 new songs and new chords too. I really think it's interesting how the you and me switches between pop and jazzy sounds. Are there other songs that come to mind which do that also? Oh my goodness, that's such a good question, but I can't actually think of any off the top of my head. But yeah, if anyone else can think of any that goes between kind of more jazzy chords and more straightforward, let me know. But there must be. I'm sure there must be a few that do that. I'll try and think of an example for next week for you guys, so you can see it. Sorry, I realised I cut off Choji's question to make it a bit bigger, so you guys can read it as well. Tim says, age notwithstanding, bright sounding ukuleles are especially special. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Colin, you guessed exactly right. It actually came with Martin, I think they call them polygut strings, which are basically grey Aquilas. But I just like Martin fluorocarbons on my Martin ukes. So yeah, M600s. I think it's 35mm nut. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, thank you. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say as well. Thank you, Colin. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, it brings me a lot of joy, you know. And I always think there's worse things to spend money on, isn't there? It's not cocaine or fast cars or anything like that. Yeah, this is This is a lot better for you, isn't it, than any of that stuff. So there are worse vices in the world. But thank you, thank you. Indrani said, by the way, I do love the smell of my mango koala as well. Unfortunately, my second-hand koa wood uke belonged to a smoker for a while, so it still smells more of cigarettes than the actual wood. Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Indrani, what you can do, you've probably heard this already, but be careful not to leave the rice in too long. And I know it sounds totally nuts, but what you can do is put some grains of uncooked rice, so completely dry, just uncooked rice grains, in your ukulele, and leave it in a case. Perhaps just do it overnight, because you don't want it to take too much humidity out of the uke. And there's something that rice grains do where they absorb the smell. So I've heard that works. A lot of guitarists use that for old guitars that smell of smoke. You can fill them up with rice and then make sure you empty them out. Otherwise you'll have a maraca afterwards. But I've heard that really does work. I've had that before in ukes, and it's driven me mad. But you can get rid of the smell with a bit of help. And I know we always say to keep our ukes in the cases, but once you've done that, maybe air it out in the open for a little while as well, which should help. So yeah. Ah, thank you. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Yeah, me too, Laura. Chord melody is my favourite way of playing. I enjoy strumming and singing, and I love the community aspect of that. There's nothing better than having a few beers down the pub with a load of ukulele players and doing all of that stuff. So, yeah, absolutely. Shell saying, always been slightly curious as to why the drawn mat is mirror imaged. Oh, it depends on my mood, Shell. When I do the mirror image. Oh, you mean the mirror image where it's just down there? It's just a fancy thing that I worked out how to do on the sheet. So it's for no other reason than that, basically. And sometimes I have him facing this way, sometimes I have him facing the other way, and it just literally depends on which looks best on the page. So that's a good question, though, Shall. I like that for sure. Joe saying people with joint issues may want to consider open tuning. Add a slide in your golden. Yeah, that's true. If you want to, when you go into open, all your major chords, you can just move your finger up and down. As Leg Katapana says, just press all the way up and all the way down. So yeah. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Anthony. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Colin. We're all good. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and Johnny's tried various wood polishes, but they only take out the worst of it. It might just be one of those things, Indrani. I had I won't name the maker. I don't think they even make ukes anymore, but I had a ukulele made in the United States by Olivia. It's none of the ones that I've got now, so don't try and guess. It's not one of those. But I think he must be a smoker, because it came to me new, and it was a beautiful uke, little soprano. But it absolutely stank, and I could just never get the smell away, and it's frustrating sometimes, isn't it? But yeah, I don't mind it on vintage ukes, but on new ones, I just think, yeah, you want to smell the wood and the lacquer, don't you? Oh, thanks, Trisha. Really, really appreciate that. I love coming up with new songs for you guys. It's so much fun. So next week, we will be back next Monday, of course, just to let you know. And next week, we've got, I did them today. What do we do? Oh, there's a beautiful song by Pulp that I love called A Sunset. So I've gone for chilled sunset songs. So I'm gonna teach you to play Sunset by Pulp, which is really nice. And then the other one that we're gonna do is, what is the other one? Oh, I've forgotten now. Anyway, I can't remember, but I'm sure it's lovely. My memory is shocking, isn't it? Oh my goodness, it's getting terrible. But yeah, two nice chilled songs, sunsetty songs next week, which should be terrific. So fantastic. If anyone wants to send me a tip for tonight, there'll always be free, these sessions. That's never going to change. If anyone wants to send me a tip, I only mention this because a couple of people have asked. The tip jar's working now. I've made it work via PayPal rather than what was happening before, because no one's tips were going through. So if anyone wants to, but you're not obliged at all. Just turning up and saying hello and having loads of fun is really special to me. So thank you guys. So yeah, chilled sunset sounds sounds cool. Thank you. Oh, Trish, you've been asking for Mr. Brightside forever, and I keep forgetting to do it. That's in my mind now, so I'll work that way in. Perhaps the one after next, I'll get Mr. Brightside on. I really have been meaning to do it, and it's been in my head, but then it just completely went. Just trying to find out what that other song was for tonight. Let me see, because I emailed it to the guys earlier. Let me see if I can find it. What was it? It was, here we go. So it's going to be A Sunset by Pulp, and then, oh, Face Like Summer by Gorky's Psychotic Monkey, which is a really beautiful song about the kind of melancholy at the end of the summer, which is lovely. So yeah, Face Like Summer and A Sunset by Pulp, and they're both beautiful, beautiful songs. Really nice to play as well, so hopefully you enjoy that. And we'll look at Line Cliche as well. Okay, well, much love, everyone. Take care. Have a fantastic week in the sunshine, wherever you are, if you've got it. And we'll catch up next Monday. Remember, next Learn Ukulele Club is going to be at the start of August. I think it's August 4th or 5th, whenever the first Wednesday of the month is as well. Oh, hi, Andre. No worries, mate. No worries. You can always catch it up. Yes. It's a great song, isn't it? Fantastic, fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys are so lovely. Genuinely, sometimes, like, you know, I won't go into details, but I've got a lot of challenges just in my life at the moment going on, health stuff and family not being very well and stuff. And so sometimes, you know, things can just be a little challenging. And then I do this and I just feel like top of the world. So thank you, like, for all your support and all your lovely messages. It really does mean a lot. And I hope you guys get the same thing, you know. It's just the power of music to cheer us up and make us happy is just amazing, isn't it? It's just magical. All right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you next Monday. Take care, everyone.